Greetings, North American English Language Learning Several, and welcome to Voiced-Unvoiced. I'm Jim Snowden, here to guide you through the trickier parts of North American English pronunciation. If you enjoy this channel and want to help it grow, please like, comment, and subscribe. What do we mean when we say a sound is voiced or unvoiced? Obviously, all sounds deploy the voice, but a voiced sound is called that because it is a sound that engages the vocal cords throughout the production of that sound. This causes vibration in the throat and lends volume support to the sound. To get a literal feel for voice sounds, put your hand to your throat like this and pronounce a Z sound. Z. Feel that vibration in your throat when you make the Z sound? That's the indication that the Z sound is voiced. Now, if you're thinking that an unvoiced sound is a sound that doesn't make that vibration in your throat, you'd be 100% right. Unvoiced sounds don't engage the vocal cords. That makes them by nature quieter, unless the speaker gives the sound greater breath support to compensate. For an example of this, pronounce an S sound with your hand at your throat. Notice, no vibration, and also a quieter sound, unless you choose to put a lot of breath into your S. As a quick guide to which sounds are voiced and which are unvoiced, we'll start with the vowels, which is easy. All vowels are voiced, including the schwa. Unvoiced sounds are the domain of the consonants, and in many cases they can be paired with voiced counterparts that are made with similar vocal techniques. For example, P and B are paired consonants because they're both lip-based stop sounds. P, B. P is unvoiced, while B is voiced. S and Z, which we just talked about, are paired fricatives made with the tip of the tongue to the tooth ridge. The TH fricative is always spelled the same way, but comes in voiced and unvoiced versions. The same is true of the X sound. That said, not all consonants pair in this way. H is an unvoiced fricative, made in the throat, with no voiced counterpart. The semivowels W and Y and the syllabic consonants R and L are all voiced, as are the nasal sounds M, N, and ng. Knowing which sounds are voiced and which are unvoiced can improve your English in many ways. For one, it makes it possible to work out how to correctly pronounce ED and S, ES, and apostrophe S endings, all of whose pronunciation depends greatly on whether the last sound of the root word is voiced or unvoiced. It also makes it easier to understand not just the rules for English allophones, but why it's easier to use them for specific words. Take the name of the city where I live, Seattle. Seattle's spelled with two T's, right? So why isn't it Seattle? Well, if you're a Brit speaking RP, it is pronounced that way. But I and most North American speakers use two quick D sounds instead of T's when I pronounce it. Why? Because the two T's aren't stressed and they fall between a vowel sound and an L sound, both of which are, drumroll please, voiced. In English, as in most languages probably, it's easier for a speaker to continue using voiced sounds or unvoiced sounds than to switch from voiced to unvoiced sounds mid-word, particularly if they don't want to or can't by rule place much stress on the changing syllable. And since in English we often link words together, understanding voiced and unvoiced sounds is key to understanding how we link words together and why we sometimes find it convenient to drop sounds from words when we do it. If you'd like to learn more about how voiced and unvoiced sounds work and how you can apply knowledge of them to improve your English, I teach a course on Thinkific that covers that and many other topics. Click on the link in the description. You can also contact me through Thinkific if you'd like private coaching on English pronunciation. Link below for that. If you enjoyed this explainer, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps Voiced-Unvoiced grow. If you would like to leave a pronunciation question for me in the comments, I'll answer it in next week's video. Until then, thanks so much for your kind attention, and I'll see you next time.